is Tuesday? Is today Tuesday? The 4th? Wow, I don't even know. No, it's definitely Wednesday. Holiday threw me off. Wednesday the 4th. It is 7:30 at night. Sorry, trying not to jar you. And I've had a day. Basically, all started this morning with a parent who I'm having issues with, and it kind of just snowballed from there. Good news is that's done for now. I have to contact her again tomorrow, but hopefully it will be okay. Did some stitching yesterday. I haven't gotten any done today. But, so last night I went to Joann's. Only got one thing, which is this really cool fabric that I got for the tablecloth for my witchy table that will be part of my Halloween decorations. I didn't show you guys what else I got yet, but since that was sitting here, I figured show it to you because I love it. It was super cheap too. It was only like $10 per yard, and I got it for half off, so I got 2 yards of it. Won't use the entire 2 yards, but I see a really fun project bag in my future. Got some stitching in last night, like I said. Put in more on Universal Monster Cell. I added the extra row of rooms at the bottom, which is why it looks off-center. It's because it is. But I have 7 more rows to stitch on here. And it should still give me, I'm right at 2 inches from the bottom right now. So, and it's 32 count, so I think it only adds another 1/4 of an inch to when I put those in. But yeah, it's getting close. Well, the frame is getting close. This part will be easy because there's no counting involved. It's just straight down. I'm going to try to get that done tonight, but we'll see. Ended up putting in a really full day today, work-wise, but so I ended up finishing work about 5 o'clock. No, 6 o'clock. Haven't even eaten today because I just wasn't even paying attention to the time. And I realized that I forgot my husband was doing training for his triathlon today, so I don't know what time he's getting home, but I may have to go have a snack. But I did, so right about 6 o'clock, well, right at 5, I started dyeing the fabric for my retreat that I have coming up. Doing goodie bags for it, like we did last year, and this year I actually decided to dye the fabric, so that is in the dye bath right now, or dye baths as the case may be. I'll put in pictures if I remember. Yeah, we know how good I am at that, but I'll put in pictures if I remember of them in the dye bath. I'm not sure if I want to show you the final result yet because I don't know how many people watch these videos, but they're very bright. They're very colorful, and I'm really curious to see what they turn out like. Sorry, I feel like my brain is completely turned off right now. But I didn't come to you guys yesterday, so I wanted to come to you guys today. I got that in. It took me way longer than I thought. So you have to use a fixative. Well, you don't have to, but it makes the colors like show up brighter if you use soda ash on the fabric to, like, it helps open up the fibers to accept the dye better. So I did that for, you're supposed to do it I think for half an hour. So I did that until about 5:30. Went and wrung it out, and by the time I was done, so I basically used 1 cup for everything. And so what I would do is I had pot of boiling water on the stove, and I would take my measuring cup to take out the water, pour it into my Dixie cup, or not my Dixie cup, my solo cup, with a little bit of salt and just as much of the dye as I felt like putting in. I didn't measure anything. I didn't do anything like that. Just poured it in, stirred it up really well, and then poured it bit by bit into the tubs. So I ended up with 4 tubs with a 15 by 12 piece of Ada. Then I had 8 of those pieces in each tub because that was all that would fit on the bottom. Scrunched it all up and just basically just was having fun trying to figure out where I wanted to put colors next to each other. So basically like a mad scientist laboratory. I had fun doing it. Like I said, I'm really curious to see what they turn out like, because there are a lot of rainbow colors. I don't think I'm going to have any repeats, and every piece should be different. So we'll see, hopefully. And if people don't like them, I am going to encourage people to, if they don't like the piece that they're given, to like leave it out on the table so that everybody else can try to trade. We'll see if it works. If not, I still had fun doing it, so it's not a total waste. Plus I was able to dye some of my own fabric, so I definitely will show you the fabric that I dyed for myself. Hopefully it turns out right, because this will be my second time dyeing one of these, and if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna do it again until I can figure it out. One of the problems is that I'm using a very bright color with a very dark color. So it's giving me some issues, but we'll see. Anyway, that is all I have for you guys for today. So by the time I got all the fabric dyed, it was about it was already 7 o'clock. It took me an hour to to put in all the dyes and mix them all up and everything, so not sure how much longer I'm going to leave it in. For my super bright colors, I usually like to go a couple hours, but I don't want it to go overnight because I really just don't want to deal with it tomorrow. So I might let it go it's been in there for about an hour, hour and a half, so we'll see how much longer I feel like doing it. But that's all I have. I will see you all tomorrow. Hi guys, welcome back. It is Thursday, the 5th. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I just got home. I went ahead and took a little walk to grab some lunch. Having a much better day today, work-wise and general mood-wise, which I'm sure go hand in hand. And I wanted to show you, so I only got 1 row done on Universal Monsters, so I'm not even going to show it to you. Hoping to get more done because I'm basically calling it quits on work today, and I'm just going to stitch the rest of the day. Since last night I only got in 1 row. So I took my fabric that I dyed out of the dryer this morning, or just now actually, and wanted to show you guys because I had a very interesting thing happen. So I took 2 of the big rows, things of fabric from Joann's, the Joann's brand 48 by 60 14 count Ada that they sell. They've started to kind of get rid of a lot of the DMC fabrics and are trying to replace it with their own. So I'd gotten one a while ago, and it was out of the package. It had kind of gotten dirty, but like just dusty, not super bad or anything. Still was folded up, so it wasn't even like all of it was dirty. And then I went and bought a brand new package that I had had for like maybe a week or 2 that was still in the package. Did some dyeing and realized, let me find a good piece, they turned out completely different. And I know this because there's exactly 16 16 pieces of each kind. And I'm going to show you the difference. I'm only going to show you 2 pieces, but 1 is from each set. So these were all dyed using the same method, same times. I literally would take the dye, like I would make, say, like pink in a cup. I would pour it in 1 bin, and then share it with another bin, and just mixed and matched with all 4 bins. Yeah, crazy, right? It's very hard to see. There is some very slight modeling in here. But some of these pieces, some of these lighter pieces are going to get re-dyed. Just because they're I do like that there's a variety, but some of them are basically white. Like, you pretty much cannot even tell that they were dyed. So, like, some of them are fine. This piece, you could tell was dyed. I haven't ironed it yet, but you can see the blue in there. It's very light, but I know a lot of people like that subtlety. So I'm going to go through those and pick which ones I want to re-dye that are basically blank. Now, my theory is that the brand new package is these light ones, because it didn't have a chance for the whatever they put on it to wear off. I don't know if it's starch to help keep it stiff, or like look prettier in the package, or what it is. So that's what I'm thinking, is that the brighter dyed ones are the old fabric that had a chance for all that to wear off. So now that these are clean, since I put them through with soap in the washing machine, they're probably going to take the dye a lot better this time. So I'm going to be really careful and make my dyes really weak. So that they don't get super saturated, and I can still keep some more, trying to think the word, can't think the word, had it earlier, more muted. Now, that being said, I did 2 pieces that I dyed specifically for myself, and I'm not going to lie, I'm probably going to go through those brights and grab a couple of my favorite pieces. Since I'm going to be re-dyeing anyway, I might as well, right? So I dyed a couple pieces for myself. The first one is for Sleepy Hollow. So I just went with gray. These are not Ada's, these are 32 count. I want to say it's Jobelin, might be. But yeah, turned out really cool. It is a little bit lighter in person than what it's showing on camera. Like, that's not really that dark. In fact, the color that's showing up on the screen is what I would like, but it's honestly still pretty enough that I'm not even gonna dye it again. And then this one turned out amazing. This one is neon green and gray. And it's not showing up true on camera at all. It's very bright. So I wonder if, yeah, helps a bit. Let's try this. Nah, it's not gonna show. Yeah, it's like super acid green. And this is going to be for my Circle of Vampires. If I can find it. The Circle of Vampires chart that was on, or that I dyed that other piece for, that didn't turn out like I wanted. So yeah, that should look really cool on there. And all of the white, actually I thought it did, it's not looking like it, but I think all the white is backstitched or is outlined. Maybe not, but we'll see. And then since I grabbed it, might as well do it with the other one. That should look cool. My cats are playing. And then I brought out the pieces that I bought at Stitch Nanigans, which are these two, and I have fabric for them dyed already. I'm just going to use up some of the fabric that I bought, or that I want at Stitch Nanigans, which is like a grayish brown color, which I think both of these would look really good on. So I'm not saying I'm having new starts soon, but I'm not saying they're all retreat starts, and so they don't count anyway. Well, Sleepy Hollow and the Circle of Vampires charts are not retreats, but I might start it at a retreat. We'll see. I want to talk to Katie to see what she wants to start and see if she wants to like start similar things. So I'm still making this the year of whips. I'm still going to try to finish up as many things as I can that I'm currently working on. And I hate starting new projects anyway, but these are all, well, except for Sleepy Hollow, they're relatively small and shouldn't take much time to stitch, so we'll see. Maybe if I like finish Aurora, let's face it, it's still got a ways, and the Universal Monster Cell, maybe if I finish those, then I'll start a couple things, but we'll see. I'm gonna try to get Katie to start Zelda. And then if she does that, well, I think I'm going to start Cinderella anyway, but maybe if she does that, I'll start a Pretty Lady. Maybe one of my witch ones. We'll see. Got my new shirt in the mail. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So that's all I have for you. I'm going to sneeze probably. I'll see you all next time. Hey guys, welcome back. It is the 7th, Saturday. It's almost 5 o'clock, and I've been doing a lot of stitching the last, I've been up and back in 3 days? 2 or 3 days? Yeah. Did a little bit of shopping. So the first thing that I actually got, I want to say it was last week. Got the 3rd Harry Potter chart. So Shelly at Tilton Crafts did keep designing these, which is awesome. This is probably my least favorite movie because to me this was the one that was most different from the books, but the colors in this are awesome. I feel like they were brightened up and more saturated than in the poster. And I also did some stitching. I did, sorry, setting something up. I did quite a lot of stitching. Yeah. I got a little obsessed. With my Universal Monster Cell. So, finished up, I forget where I was last time. I think I was still working on the bottom, the black on the bottom. Finished that up, did this side right here, that last column all the way down. And then I was really trying to figure out what color I wanted to make the house. And so I thought about it. I was leaning towards a pink or like a purple. Then I remembered I just bought these. I was a little hesitant to work with this one because of the black in it, but I figured it would look like, it would basically just make the house a little bit more dilapidated, and I thought it turned out really cool. So I used it for all of, that's pretty true, that's, yeah, it's very bright. I had to be a little bit careful about where I placed it so that the black didn't cover up too many elements, especially like in here. I wanted to make sure you could still see that, and then up here that you could see most of the that design element right there, that cross looking thing, and that you could see this fencing. It didn't work out totally because you could see down here. No. yeah, that the black ended up being where the tops of the gates are, but since you can still see the bottom and you can see these other elements have those tops to them, you could tell it's supposed to be there still. And then when I finished this bit, no. So then I came down here and started doing the bats. I hemmed and hawed, not really knowing if I wanted to do the bats or if I wanted to do them more in a solid color. Thought about finding a pink that was close, or a purple that was close. The pink, I don't think there is a pink like that in DMC. There might be, but feel free to look at the wall behind me while you're looking at it. Or the purple, but the purple is too dark, I think, to do the bats entirely in. So I just went ahead and went with it, and so some of the bats are whole, some of them are missing pieces. The funny thing is these are all stitched the same way, but in the original pattern, this bat had lost part of a wing. Like this little bit of the wing down here, that one stitch that's right there, it was missing it. And so in the group we had said that they were part of, it was basically a casualty of, I think it was the Monster Mash of Frankenstein's coming to life party. So now they all kind of have that. So like this guy over here is missing his head. He's missing part of his wings. He's missing his entire bottom. He's missing his bottom. So yeah. More than one bat got injured. My party was especially raucous. But yeah, I think it's really cool looking, and I'm happy with it. So when I finished, I think it was like one of these bats, and I stopped. I had like a little tiny bit of thread left that was pink, so I came up here and did his eyes. They're originally supposed to be red, but since I had that pink, I figured why not. It was literally not enough to start another bat, and it was only like 3 or 4 stitches worth of thread left. That's all I was stitching, guys. It was a lot. I need to count up those stitches to see if they work for another ultimate. There's still some more to do on the house. I still have to put in all of the windows, which I'm debating using this thread for, the Hocus. That way the rooms would kind of be different colors, but we'll see. I'm kind of thinking that I might just go with like orange and yellow, like an orange-yellow mix, but... And now that the house is very purple and pink, it's gonna make me have to decide what one of my last rooms is going to be. So if you noticed, I went ahead and added a row, and that is going to be because there was 6 choices for the front door, but they could also work for other rooms in the house. So basically I have an extra 3 rooms that I get to add, one of which is a witch room. And I wasn't going to do the witch room, but now that the house is basically a witch house, I might have to do that. So like I said, I still have to do the windows. I have to add the ghosts, or I should say the color of the ghosts. The stairs, which I decided not to do in the pink and purple, I'm going to do those probably gray, just because usually stairs are not painted. And I want the stairs to be more defined, so the black I don't think would work for that. And then I have to add the moon, which I'm going to do the large moon version, which is huge. And it's gonna sparkle. I went ahead and got some of the DMC Etoile, which will be my first time using it. I'm having a really good hair day today, I gotta say. Went ahead and picked up Lindy Stitch's free pattern. Little Urn of Horrors. I would say Little Shop of Horrors, but that's what it's based on. This is a freebie on Reddit. I actually went to her Instagram page, which is, I think it's just at Lindy Stitches. Yeah. And she's got a link to it in her profile page, to the actual Reddit. So, super cute. Might want to do a variegated for the green, because I have all of these coloring cottons now that I am part of the club and don't have any plans for them. And then last night, I think it was, I was contacted by Shelly of Tilton Crafts. She had the next 2 Harry Potter charts charted and wanted to offer them to those of us who had already purchased the patterns, the previous patterns, to see if we wanted them first in case they sold out, because there was a problem with the link not working to the 3rd one, and I almost missed it, and I would have been really sad. So we went ahead, of course I said yes, and so I got Goblet of Fire. I'm liking the pictures that she's chosen for these, or I should say that he's chosen for these, because these are the movie posters, but since there's several versions of the movie posters, I like the ones that she picked, or he picked, the artist. Yeah, again, really saturated, brighter colors. Then I also got Order of the Phoenix. Those reds will be really cool. I am actually planning on stitching these. Go figure. I kind of want to start one soon. I have decided I'm going to tent stitch them, just try to get them done a little bit faster. And I'm probably going to do them on the 28 fabric that I bought. I need to double check the sizing though, because it's easy to find and that's my favorite fabric to stitch on. So I don't know if I'm going to dye the fabric for these. I haven't quite figured it out yet, because it is full coverage, but usually I dye the fabric for all my pieces so that I can use the fabric instead of a mat, because it's easier to frame that way. But these ones, I don't know. If I do, I'm sure I'll do a gray or something, because I'm boring and I do the same thing for most of my stuff. But these don't look super hard. Like, I'll show you just a little bit of the pattern, because you won't be able to see this at all. So that's all the same color. And then when it starts to get into confetti, it's really not even that bad of confetti. So it's not focusing. And that's the way a lot of, like, most of Shelly's patterns are. Like, they're really not terrible with confetti stitching. So, even though I like my confetti stitching, it's really not bad. Went and bought some more fabric for the rest of my dyeing for the retreat I'm going to. I have a couple of requests in. Well, I had asked for those of us doing the goodie bags if they wanted to have any special, what's it called? Oh, any special colors, since I had to redo some anyway. And they all had colors they wanted, and they all pretty much mesh, like the same colors, so. Except for one. And it's going to be an interesting process I'm going to try. I might do a video for that, so you might be seeing one soon. We will see. You guys might even see it before this comes out, so if it is out, I hope you enjoy it. I haven't done it yet. But yeah, that is, I think, everything I have for you, since it's just been the one project that I've been gung-hoing away at. Tonight we are going to, my mother-in-law is part of a choir, and so we're going to go to her performance. It was $80 for the tickets. And luckily it's Broadway songs, so it's not something that, you know, I hate. I mean, I do love live music, and I do love choir music, but I'm glad it's music that I'm a fan of, so. It'll be interesting. They have opera apparently as part of it too. There's like 6 opera singers. So I'm really curious to see what it's going to be like. Luckily, it's pretty close to our house. It starts at 7:30. We're going to leave here at like 6:45, which is awesome because a lot of the stuff in the valley is quite far. And she did offer to pay for the tickets, but we know that she doesn't have that much money, so we went ahead and bought them ourselves. Other than that, the rest of today, I'm just going to stitch. I think I might pull out Aurora. I mean, I still really want to work on this. Like, I really want to get that, like, start working on the moon. And I might use the gray from the moon. The moon is going to be 2 colors. There are people who have done a blood moon. They've done the yellow moon, which is what it's charted in. I'm going to do a white and gray version. There's people who have turned the moon into a skull, like a skull moon. That one's really cool. I thought about that one, but I'm going to do the white and gray sparkle, and I think I'm going to use the gray for the stairs because, like, they're not super huge. But that way they could kind of have that sparkle like a Formica. No, not a Formica. Can't think of what stone I'm thinking of. But like granite, I guess. They have, like, you know, granite countertops sometimes have that like sparkle in them. Basically like that. I'm going to do that for the stairs, I think. But that is all I have. So I'm going to go count up my stitches and then figure out how much, or like if I think it's definitely over 1,000, I think. I'm really bad at keeping track, like picturing how many stitches I've done. Or something requires, which is why I have 10,000 large projects that I'm going to have to live to be 400 years old to do. And why I'm still buying more of them. Because I have the start of that before I had done, so I got one of the ultimate stitching in, and then I'm doing the one of snakes because the creature from the Black Lagoon, there's snakes in lagoons, and I definitely think he could be part snake, or have some snake DNA in him. Yes. For another ultimate that I can do, so gonna go count those up, see if they work, and that's all I have. It's a long video. I'm sorry. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back to a new location, sort of. It is Monday the 9th. It's, what time is it? 8:15. Figured I would film this now because my husband should be home soonish. He's doing his last swim meet thing until his triathlon on Sunday. I didn't come to you yesterday. I don't remember why. I think it was just busy. We had the thing on Saturday night for my mother-in-law's choir. Mother-in-law's choir. It was pretty good. I think they're starting to get it up and running, but the choir actually wasn't in it very much. There was 6 opera singers that were the stars. Started at 7:30. It didn't get done until 10. No, it was later than that. I think it was like 10:30. Went to Cheesecake Factory for dinner. I wasn't very good. I was good at the food, but then I had to have a slice of cheesecake, but that's okay. And I have been working on another ultimate extra credit. This is going to be my last ultimate for a while, I think, but we'll see. And if you're saying it doesn't look like I've done a lot, it's because it's all up here in white. This is the moon I'm putting in with the DMC Etoile thread. I'm using white or blanc, and then I'll be using C318 for the, that really shows up good, for the dark parts of the moon. And so far it is so much easier to work with, and it puts a really good sparkle in there. So I'm doing the big moon version. And this should, the whole moon I know will give me more than 1,000. I'm not sure if just the white does. I think the whole thing gives me like 1,300. Rough estimate. But I'm going to be using this for my homework as well, because we have to stitch on something that is dark and something that is light. So we have to choose either the dark side or the light side. I might choose the dark side, actually. I mean, I'm using the same piece for both, so it doesn't really matter, but sometimes the dark side is more fun. So I have to put in, I think it's 700 stitches total. Basically because we have to choose the dark or the light side. Sorry, I just noticed I had a knot. We have to choose either the dark, or because it's getting to the point in the book where you need to make that decision between the dark and the light, so. I'm going to, so the way I'm doing it is the house is obviously dark, the creatures are dark, but it's light because of the moon, and it is also light because the monsters have found a way to, or found a place to live to stay away from people so they're not murdering and maiming. So that's light, right? Sounds good to me. So we'll see how much I get done. I still have to put in the ghosts, which I'm going to do in glow-in-the-dark DMC, which is an old skein, so I don't even think it glows anymore, but I want to use it up, so I figure why not. And then I need to figure out where my rooms are going. I know the mummy for sure because he's already in there, and I know Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, and Igor. I know where they're all going to be, but the rest I have to kind of finagle and figure out, so. Yeah. That's all I got for you. I don't really have any news. Next week is going to be busy because I'm starting my induction, so doing the last year of clearing my credential. And I also have, next week I'm meeting with all my families. Well, most of my families. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week, and then Monday of the following week. My Wednesday will be easy though, because it's here and see me, and it is only 2 people I'm meeting with, so. But then Friday this week I've got a meeting at work. Got to figure out where that is. I need to create a goal for myself for the year, which I hate doing those, but part of the job. And yeah, just this week should be, I think, pretty easy, but we'll see. Hopefully I can get some more stitching in, because this moon is taking me forever. I feel like it hasn't really... I feel like the house itself wasn't terrible, but for some reason the moon is just kicking my butt, and it's not the thread, because like I said, the thread is fine. It's just, I think, way bigger doing it than I was anticipating. Yeah, I'm ready to move on to the house. So, alright, that's all I got. Oh, and I still gotta do the windows too. Gotta figure out those colors. I'll see you guys next time. Hey guys, welcome back. It is Tuesday, the 10th. It is 10:13 at night. And I finally finished the moon. It looks really cool, especially with the sparkle, but holy hell, it took forever. I'm more frustrated with the moon than the entire skeleton. So, I still have to do the ghosts, which there are 4 of them. Well, 4 that I chose to stitch. And then I have to stitch the windows, and then the outside of the house is officially done. I've decided, I'm almost positive. Oh, darn it, I gotta do the stairs. So I might do that tonight. Because that won't take me very long, I don't think, but I might come back to them. And I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, it's done. For now. I've decided, Katie helped me figure out, or helped me decide, to do two-tone windows. I was debating the other variegated, but I think there's too much variegation in here. The two-tone will look better. The moon actually does show up better in real life. It looks pretty good right there, actually. Yeah, I love it. It looks super cool. I'm glad it's done. There is another little moon inside one of the house rooms for the Wolfman, and I'm going to do it with the same floss. Like with the same colors and everything, but that won't take me long at all. But yeah, that took me all day and basically the last 3 days. I still haven't counted it, so I need to do that. So I'm going to do that probably tonight. And then we'll see what I get to tomorrow. I feel like there's something else I need to tell you, but I don't think I do. So I will see you all tomorrow. Hey guys. It is no, it's not the weekend. It's Wednesday, September is what I was going to say. September 11th. It is almost 11 o'clock at night. I got some stitching in today. Not as much as I would have liked, but I ended up getting in a cleaning mode and like purging the entire house. So that was good, but it killed my stitchy bug. Well, not really. It just didn't give me enough time. I like couldn't concentrate on finishing what I wanted to. My cat's playing underneath the door. But that being said, I did get some stitching in. I got my stairs put in. Which I did with the étoile and then put in the back stitching. It did call for 2 strands. It seems a little thick to me, but yeah, I like it. And then I got the ghosts done with the glow in the dark. So I got this little guy, that guy, and those two. I cut out the big ghosts and filled in the background for them, so they aren't in there. But all I have left now is the windows. I decided not to put in, there's 2 little cobwebs that are down here, or spider webs. I just decided not to put those in. And the colors that I chose are part of the original color palette. Since I decided to go two-tone, I chose these. I'm going to do the yellow on top and the orange on the bottom, but I'm not really sure if they're going to be bright enough just to kind of cut through all of that dark black and purple and pink. This one, yes. This one, not so much. So if I end up not liking it, then I'm going to stick with the 972. So I'm going to start with that one, and then I will go probably to 973, which is the yellow. Right there. You can't see that. Which is that yellow. So, we'll see. I feel like that yellow would give it a very candy corn effect, which I kind of like. But yeah, I'm going to try to stick with the color palette as much as possible. since I've changed it so much on the outside. Those should be easy to do, but that will not quite finish up my homework. That will finish up 2 parts of it. The last part is a bonus, which is 200 stitches, and those will just go in one of the rooms, probably the mummy, since I've already started that one. I did figure out last night where I wanted to put all the rooms, so at least I have that part figured out, and now I just have to stitch it. And I kind of want to do the creature next because I really like the colors in his room, but I kind of want to save him for last at the same time because I like the colors in his room, so we'll see. I'm gonna go tomorrow, and well, I know I have some work to do in the afternoon, but I'm gonna go get my hair cut and colored, which takes quite a while because, yeah, you guys haven't seen it in a while, but it's getting long. It's definitely time for a cut. It's like down in the small of my back right now, so yeah. It's not gonna be super short. I'm still trying to decide what colors I want. I've almost decided, but I have to see what they have because my hair takes a lot of color. So I think that's, oh no, I do have something else for you. So part of what's been taking up a lot of my time has been, remember the frame I got for Aurora? I painted it. So it was black, now it's silver. I didn't sand it, which I should have, but I was being lazy. And so I ended up having to put like 5 coats on it. And if you have any sort of application where you're doing that, where it's going to be used a lot, definitely sand it down first. But since this is just going to hang on my wall and it's not going to get any, you know, super, like it's not going to get touched or anything, it should be fine. But I used this elegant finish I got from Joann's, silver metallic paint. It was like $8, but I used a coupon on it, so silver is one of my favorite colors, so it'll take a while for me to use up all that, but I figured why not. I'm probably going to do all my other frames like that. Now what I'm not sure, I haven't decided yet, what I was saying about the frame, if you don't sand it first, if it gets touched a lot, what'll happen is it'll come off, like it'll flake off. So make sure you sand if it's getting used. So what I'm not sure is this detail right here. I kind of want to put pink and blue on there, like alternate pink and blue all up and down to match the piece. And of course I would change it for each princess, but I haven't totally decided on that yet. So I'm gonna, once I finish Aurora, which she's done mostly in gold, but I'm not a gold fan, and I wanted all the frames to match, and I think there's more silver-based princesses than there are gold ones. So, and I thought about doing gold on the inside too, but yeah. So I'm gonna put, like once I finish her, I'm gonna put her in here to see what she looks like, and then decide if I want to change the outside or not. Or I guess inside technically, that bit. So that took up some of my time. I've got something else painted decor wise. I'll show you that once I get it. It's got multiple parts that need to be painted and stuff. So once I get all the, and actually cut out. So once I get those done, I will show them to you. And as for that, that's all I have. So I will see you all later. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Thursday, the 12th, 6:30. Got my hair done. Definitely much shorter now and much darker. It will lighten up when it gets washed some more, but I really wanted to do purple on the bottoms. Problem with that is the salon wouldn't do purple. They didn't have it at, like, as a color. So I went ahead and went with this like dark brownish red. You can definitely see the red in the sun. But yeah, I like it. I don't know if I've done this color before, but yeah, it's been a while since I've gone dark. Worked some more on my house. Got the ghosts in. They do actually glow in the dark, even though that thread is pretty old, so I'm happy about that. Got the windows done, and I had forgotten the frame around these windows, and so it was supposed to be done in the same gray as the house, but since I did the house the purple, it wouldn't have looked good here, so I went ahead and did the sparkly gray. It's fall that I did down on the stairs. So at least that way it brings a little bit more cohesiveness to it. And I went ahead and went with 745 for the lighter color of the house. And I think it's looking really, really good. So now the outside is officially done, unless I decide to go back in and put in the spider webs, but I don't think I'm going to. And I can start on the rooms. And my homework is almost done. Now that I literally just finished putting in the windows, so I'm gonna take a picture, post it, and then start the inside of the house for the 200 stitches for the dazzling, something dazzling. Kind of matches my shirt today. I got my new, this one glows in the dark too, Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. The whole moon glows. I'm still, so since I got my hair, like I got so much trimmed, and I also got layers put into it, like every time I touch my hair, a whole bunch of it falls out, like the little like cut pieces. And I'm pretty sure most of that is from the layers, but yeah, it's really annoying. But basically took off like 4 inches of it. So I think I'm going to continue to work on the mummy. The black part I already have in there, because I want to finish up at least one room. But I don't know. I'm sure there's more than 200 stitches left, so we will see. I am getting a little bit burnt out on this project, but I'm hoping now that, because I really do want to get it done as quickly as possible, I'm hoping now that the frame is done and all that is done, it should go pretty quick. I am officially full-time at work. Got the notice today with the sign up for health insurance. So yay for that. Got 3 more students, so now I'm at 22. This family is about an hour away in the opposite direction of everybody else. So I'm gonna have to try to plan that, but at least it's up on the beach. Should be fine. They live in Marina Del Rey, so I don't think I've ever actually been there, but should be fun. And other than that, everything is going pretty well. So that is all I have for you. I'm looking around to make sure I don't have anything set out, and I don't believe I do. I have a meeting tomorrow, and I have a pretty busy work day, I think, tomorrow. Some things I need to check up on for the following week, which is when I start my meetings with parents. And I had to make my what do you call it, goal for the year today, and I always hate doing those. So I sent it off. Hopefully she accepts it, because yeah, those are a pain. Alright, that's all I got. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back. Today is Friday the 13th. Happy Friday the 13th. I have no idea what time it is because I forgot to look. I think it's about 4-ish. Let's go with about 4-ish. And I got, it's definitely not, it's 5 o'clock. No, don't turn off, okay. Had a good day so far, got some work done last night. We started watching The Boys on Amazon Prime, which is a very interesting show. Not for kids, but it's basically what happens when superheroes get like corporate sponsorship, kind of. It's interesting. We've only gotten 3 episodes in, so it's not like there's a ton in there, but basically there's like a superhero, like a group of superheroes, I forget what they call them, like the Fab Seven or something, and one of them retired, so there's a new girl that gets put into the Seven, and then it also, like, the other main protagonist is a guy whose girlfriend got killed by one of the superheroes, and he's trying to find a way to, like, I don't want to say bring them down, because he kind of is, but at the same time he's more, I don't want to say he's more of a pacifist, but he's definitely more shy, and he's not as willing to do what needs to be done to take down all the superheroes. He's not willing to go and, like, murder them all. So, like I said, only 3 episodes in. I'll be interested to see what happens. It's good enough that I want to keep watching it. It's pretty gory. There is some nudity and adult scenes involved, but if you're looking for something a little bit different, go check it out. Like I said, it's on Amazon Prime, so it's free if you're a Prime member. And while I was watching it, so I was virtual stitching last night, and then my husband came in and said, hey, let's watch this show. We still need to watch Good Omens too, but... So while we were doing that, I went ahead and worked on the house and got more of the mummy room done. I put in all the yellow and the red. Sorry if you hear that. That's my husband playing his game. So I got about halfway through, I got all the red done, and I was about halfway through the yellow. I miscounted. Again, I did a half stitch, but I fixed it this time. But the lighting in my bedroom is not good, and so I would have had a lot more done, but basically, like, ended up finishing the yellow. I was planning on doing a lot more, but I just sat back and watched the show with my hubby. But it's looking pretty cool. It is going fairly quickly. So they should be done, hopefully, with the entire thing before October. So, what am I going to work on today? I still want to work on this, but I know I need to work on some of my other projects too. So I think my needle just popped off somewhere. Oh yeah, it did. So I'm gonna work on Aurora and try to get, now that my homework's done, that was 200 stitches in the red and the gold. I'm gonna start working. Basically what my plan is, if I can get it situated correctly, I want to finish this entire middle section, because what happens is that at the bottom we start to see more of this gold backstitch, and one of the challenges for the extra credit for the month is backstitching. So basically what's going to happen is I'm going to end up getting about 3,000 stitches, I think, into her, and then hopefully it'll be down far enough, which it should be if it's just that middle section, to start putting in the backstitch, so I can use that for another homework. And I don't have to, I know it's really hard to see. So you can focus. I am getting the new iPhone when it comes out, hopefully. Yeah, it's hard to see. Yeah, all that is backstitch. And it's all the same color and everything, so hopefully it shows up better because it is a darker... Actually, I don't know. I think it lightens up again. I don't know. Hopefully it'll be easier to see. But that means I'll get another 500 stitches of backstitch in, which will be... I forget if it's 7 or 8, but 7 or 8 of my extra credits I can use Aurora on, so... Melissa, doing this for you, babe. But as you can see, I'm super close to the bottom, so we'll see where I get to. If I do finish the bottom before I do the back stitching, I'm going to come back up here and start like fill in this bit so it matches. But I'm super excited to get her done. I just need to actually get to it. That's what I'm going to do right now. I've been wanting to start a new project. I've been wanting to start my Harry Potter ones that I got. And I almost did the other day, but I held off. I don't think I'm going to hold off for much longer. But so far I've done really good with the no new starts. I've only had 2 starts this year, and they were both because of magical stitches. Well, one was, the other. And I finished the one that I started. The other one is the house, so it should be finished hopefully soon. So I won't have any new projects going into the new year, if I can hold off on starting something huge.
Yeah, I do.
That being said, I do want to start something new at the retreat. I haven't figured out what I want to start yet, but I think it's going to kind of depend on what Aurora's looking like. So with that being said, I'm going to work on her for the rest of the night. I think I have a fairly open night. My husband's feeling kind of sick. Saturday night / Sunday morning at like 3 a.m. we have to get up and go to the beach for my husband's triathlon. It's going to be a little insane. But I'm going to take some stitching. I'm going to take Aurora with me and work on her, so because she's really easy to transport.
Left side, left side.
And I'll just need to make sure I plan tomorrow on how I want to, or like make sure I have everything to stitch her with, because there's so many blends in her, it kind of gets annoying trying to get all the flosses together. It's not terrible, but I'll just need to make sure that I plan her out well with whatever I end up finishing tomorrow, because I don't know if we're gonna be doing anything tomorrow. I might get a stitch all day, but we might go to Disney Studios is having a summer party type thing that they do for their employees and their families, so we might go to that. But because of the triathlon the next day, it's going to kind of depend on how my husband's feeling. So I might be able to stitch all day, but I need to have a backup plan in case we get home late from that. And I don't really have time to get everything together before I have to go to bed at like 4 o'clock. It's not going to be that late. I'm not, or that early. I'm not actually doing the running, so it won't be that bad, but we'll see where things get. I also don't want to like drink too much coffee that morning because I hate using the beach bathrooms. So yeah, it's a very exhausting day. It's fun though, and it's usually done. I think last year he was done at like 2 or 3, so it's definitely interesting. But apparently Bob Iger will be there. Last year Steve-O was there. Don't know who's going to be there this year, but usually there's a couple of celebrities there. But it'll be fun. I might bring you some news from the beach, but my mother-in-law and her boyfriend will be there, so I might not actually film, but we'll kind of see where things are at. So Plus he wants me to film him this year. But we'll see. Anyway, that's all I have for you. I will see you all tomorrow. Hey guys, good morning. We're at the beach. It's like 6:15 in the morning. We've been here since about 4. And the sun's about to come out. And we're basically just sitting here at the start line waiting for my husband, who starts at 7:30, 7:20. And hopefully he finishes fast because I want to go home. But it's nice, there's nobody around. There's like one other family right over there. But it should be good. Hopefully it's not too hot. Might come back later, we'll see. Hi everybody, good morning. It is Monday, the 16th. It's I think around 9:30. We have a new background today because I am outside, and I apologize for the shouting if you hear it. My husband did his triathlon yesterday, and so I came out here to do a morning meeting while he was still asleep, and then I just decided to stay and hang out. So, wanted to share some progress because I know it's been a hot minute. I don't remember what I showed you guys last time, but I think I told you guys I was going to work on Aurora. So, I don't know where you saw last time, but I've been working on this middle section, which is right here. And I think last time I hadn't worked on it at all. So since then, I've finished about probably around 1,500 stitches have been added. I'm getting close to the bottom of this color, and then there's 2 more colors till the bottom. I think one of them is a blend. But as you can see, we're starting to get down to the beads, and it's going pretty well. So this color is not a blend, so it's pretty easy to put in. I am almost at the bottom of the skein though, but I think I'll have enough room. But it's 3/16. Oops. The needle got stuck in the fabric backwards. And it's not looking like it's the middle anymore because it's definitely starting to fan out again, but next time you see her, she might have the rest of that color put in. She still has, no, it's not 1,500 stitches because I'm only doing 500 for each one. So this is my second task I'm working on. So it probably has about 800 put in because I'm about halfway through that next extra credit. Altogether, she will have about 3,000 put in, if my calculations are correct, or if I can use her for everything that I think I can. But she's going pretty well. I worked on her a little bit yesterday, not much the day before, because I basically ended up reading all day on Saturday. But we'll see where she gets to. This one you might have seen, I think I showed you, pretty sure I have, yeah I did, that I added all the gold and red. So this is going to be my piece I'm going to work on for homework this week, which is, I don't have my thing for it, 200 stitches on silver or gray, which is going to go up here in Frankenstein's room. We get 5, I think it's 5 bonus points, 5 or 10 if we work on one project for the entire homework. This piece, so it needs to be something that we were taught. So I was taught how to work with a 12 thread, since that's the entire moon. Something that, I forget what the exact term is, basically something that's been stressful to work on, which is this because of the moon. It did not think it would take nearly that long. The 200 stitches in gray, something that is related to wormwood. So wormwood is used in a lot of alcohol, like making alcohol, and in the, I was going to point, but I forget where I'm putting him. Invisible Man's room, there's a lot of potions and stuff in there, and so he would definitely use wormwood to create alcohol to help him deal with the fact that he no longer is visible. At least that's my argument. And then there's one more task, and I'm totally blanking on what it is. I'm gonna look that up. Give me 1 second. It is stitch on something that would be in an Amortentia potion, or not something that would be in it, but if you were to drink the Amortentia potion, what it would, like what smells you would smell. And so my argument for that is going to be the wolf in the wolf room, which I think is going to be down here on the bottom. He is outside and it's nighttime, and so for me, I love nighttime. As far as being out in nature, so the smell basically of the air at night outside would definitely be in that potion. So basically the way that the potion works is whenever you take it, it's a love potion, and you will smell, or the potion itself will smell different based on every person. So like Hermione had like fresh parchment because she's a book nerd, and like fresh mown grass, things like that. So that's my way I can fit all of them in. And the first one is not something difficult, but it's something that causes you mental stress. So yeah, definitely caused me mental stress between the moon taking forever, this being a half stitch off, and like trying to figure that out. Yeah, definitely qualifies. But I really am loving this piece. It looks so good. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I like it. So I'm excited because I really couldn't think of anything to work on gray. Totally forgetting about this project, even though I just worked on it. So I get 500 extra points for that. There's a little tiny itty bitty baby spider that's like dangling right here. So basically this whole week is just going to be working on that and working on Aurora, which I'm excited about because those are my two projects I'm trying to focus on at the moment. But like I said, this is going to be a busier week because I have to travel to basically an hour, or I basically have to travel for 2 hours each day, going to different cities and stuff and meeting. I will take my projects with me to work on if I run out of work while I'm waiting for families to come. I don't think there'll be that much wait time though. But I'll probably take Aurora just because she's, well, they're both easy to work on, so I guess we'll see. Whatever, I'll probably take both because they're easy to travel. Yesterday we had the triathlon. Didn't get any stitching done during that, but we had to get up at 2:30 in the morning. Went to bed at 10 the night before because we wanted to finish watching that show. So I'm still trying to catch up from that a little bit. But basically, got up at 2:30, went to the beach, slept in the car for like an hour, which was not the most comfortable, but of course as soon as I finally got comfortable enough to sleep, I think I only got to sleep for like 10 minutes maybe, 10-20 minutes. Did the triathlon. Well, my husband did the triathlon, let's face it. No triathlon happening here. Apparently the water was really rough, so everybody's times were worse than last year because it kept pulling away from the way they were trying to swim. And a lot of people basically, like, a lot of their watches and stuff were saying that they basically doubled the distance they had to swim. His times were not as good as last year, but he placed better than last year. But it was fun. Did a lot more filming of him this year, so that was kind of my goal for the day. That's why I didn't really get much stitching in, is I didn't really have much downtime because I was trying to figure out where to go next to like be able to film him best and see him. So that was good because I did get to see him like during the various parts of the race more than last year. And then came home, vegged on the couch for like 20 minutes, and then went and took a nap. And we got home at around 1. Slept until like 6. Had dinner, stitched a little bit, watched some Floss tube, and then went to bed. So I went to bed last night at like 10. And slept all the way until like 7 this morning. I had to get up at 7:45 because I had a meeting at 8:30 for work. So slept until 7, ended up waking up, showered. Hopefully my body clock is reset now so I can start getting up at 7-ish, starting my workday a little earlier. But we'll see. And yeah, Saturday I basically just laid on the couch and read all day. I read 2.5 books, so finished 3 books. But I think only one of them counts for magical stitches, so, or at least they'll work for the ultimate, but I still need to go through and update that now that I think about it. Yeah, I got a lot of things to finish at work today. Hopefully I can be done pretty quick, but need to figure out the full-time, like how I do the full-time, so. Because now I don't have to clock individual hours, I don't think. I think I just have to put in the days I actually worked, which is nice, because it's hard to keep track of hours for me. Yeah, so just meeting my families this week, and it should be hopefully good. I hate driving, so that part's gonna suck, but other than that, should be a pretty good week. And then next Monday I have a meeting, and then starting on Thursday I will be at my Southern California Stitchers Retreat, so that's going to be exciting, especially because it's a day earlier this year. So we're going to go, or I'm going to go, basically taking Thursday and Friday off work, but it's actually when all grades and stuff are due, or not grades, but work samples and stuff. So I'll still be working, but I'm going to work, since I can work online, I'm going to do it from the retreat. They have Wi-Fi, which is good because there's no cell, there is cell service, but it's not very great up there. So try to get as much done Tuesday and Wednesday as I can for that. Trying to figure out what I want to pack stitching wise. I know I'm taking these 2 projects. I'm probably going to take things for a new start. My new start bug has dwindled a little bit, which is good. But we'll kind of see. This Saturday I won't be stitching. Well, I will be stitching a lot in the morning. At the night, or at night, not the night. During the night, how's that? I'll be going with some of my old teachers to the Hollywood Bowl, and we're going to watch the Sound of Music sing-along. So they basically play the movie up on the giant stage, and then it's a big sing-along thing. It's my first time going, so that'll be fun. But during the morning, I'll be going to my stitching get-together at the Thread Garden, which I did last month. So that'll be fun. One of the teachers might go with me. I'm still waiting to hear back if she can make it or not. She needs to find babysitting. So if she does that, we'll be going to both of those. So that'll be fun. Yeah, just a busy few days, or few weeks coming up, really. Sorry, I'm saying a lot. So yeah, just working and trying to finish those 2 projects and get as much progress as I can. I don't think I'm going to have a long day today. I'm hoping I'm not going to, but I have some families that I'm supposed to meet with tomorrow that still haven't responded, so I need to make sure they're actually going and get that started. So anyway, sorry that was a lot of talking. I will probably see you guys tomorrow afternoon and hopefully have a lot done on those because it's only 1,000 stitches that need to go into this, and now that it's the rooms, it's a lot easier to work on. The only part that I have to work on is the gray. The rest of it, since they're in the piece, they don't need to be worked on for the challenge. So I'm probably going to finish up the mummy room, start and maybe finish Frankenstein. Said it again. But we'll see where I get to. The rooms are going a lot faster. They're more enjoyable to stitch because each little room feels like a finish. So I'm hoping it's done pretty quick, and I'm excited I can work on it all this week. So anyway, that's all I have. I will see you tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back. Today is Tuesday the 17th. It is almost 9 o'clock p.m. And I had my first day of meeting with parents today, so that actually went pretty well. Went up to Ojai, which is about an hour, a little over an hour away. It was a little late getting there, but the parents were great. I only met one student today, and she was great. And I have 2 more tomorrow, but they're in my town, so that'll be easy. And yeah, got some stitching in. That's pretty much it. Went to Michael's, went to Joann's, and that took a lot of my day. It was on the way though, right? I had to go. So stitching wise, I just finished up all of the cross stitches on the mummy's room. Still have to do the back stitching, which will be all of his wrappings, couple of definition lines on the vase, the candle wick and flames, the spider legs and the spiders, like the web thing he's dangling from, and then some definition on the sarcophagus. It's hard to see. I did his French knots on his eyes, so he does have little French knot eyes. But instead of doing those, so this is 2 of the homeworks done. My next homework has to be in gray, so we're going to see Frankenstein's room. And then I might come back and do the back stitching for the one after that. But we'll have to see where I get to on Frankenstein. And he's going to be right up here in the corner. He's got a lot of gray because we have to stitch neither gray or silver, and he has a lot of machinery and stuff in his room. So that's where the gray is going to come into play. And then, yeah, I think I'll show you guys what I've gotten over the last couple of days. So, did not get this at Joann's or Michael's. I got this on Amazon. Haven't opened it up yet. But I got a laptop desk that has the fold-up top. Basically to turn it into a drafting table for my diamond painting and my coloring so that it doesn't kill my back. I'd gotten one other thing and I totally can't remember what it is. Oh! I got a new diamond painting pen, which has the TARDIS in it, from Diamond Painting by Donnie, her site. It's basically one of those old pens that just has the water filled, but it's fun. I like it. I didn't really need a new pen because, you know, they always give you one, but those ones tend to hurt my hands if I do them for too long, so I'm hoping with this one, because it's got this cushiony, like, rubbery grip, I'm hoping that will help. Then I got some Halloween decorations. But I'm not going to show you those yet because I'm going to wait until the full effect. Like, we've gone to Home Depot and Lowe's. We haven't gone to Lowe's in a while. We went to Home Depot and bought some stuff there. We got a new fog machine. We got this really cool crystal ball thing. This was a week or two ago. But the big thing I got from Michael's is I finally got one of those 3-tier carts. They were only $25 and I was running out of space. So I went ahead and got one of those. And then I had to go to Joann's after because I had bought this balsa for my Cricut, and it's basically, yeah, it didn't work at all. And it was 1/8 of an inch, so I read that basswood is better, and so I was looking at Michael's and they didn't have it. And so I went ahead and went to Joann's, got the 1/8 inch. It works better, but I do have to go back in and use the X-Acto knife. It's almost able to cut through, but not enough that I can actually just poke these out. So I'm still working with it. I'm going to try to up the pressure on the next one. And I know that the A is missing, but I'm going to put a backing on here. Yeah, I split it on accident, but it's fine because you can't even tell. Or you won't be able to when it's all together. But I'm going to put glittery paper behind it, which means I'll be able to glue, like after I paint it and stuff, which means I'll be able to glue that bit in there. And also the E and the A. So it's all cut out. I had it go over 4 times. It's just not quite deep enough, but this is 1/8 of an inch. They do have a 32nd inch, but they don't have it in the 4-inch, like the 4-inch wide size. So I got one more piece because I need 2 fall signs. Once they're done, I'll kind of show you how it works, but yeah, just trying to figure out, play around with it and see what I can do. But since I had already taken that off of the mat, I didn't think it would cut it again and it'd be like the perfect thing. So I just figured I'll just take the X-Acto knife to it and I'll do a couple letters at a time, just so I'm not burnt out on it and doing nothing but cutting out for the next like 6 days. So for right now, I might cut out a couple more letters and then work on my stitching. Don't know if I want to start Frank tonight. We'll see. It's already 9 and I'm pretty tired, so I might just go to bed. But I'm gonna finish watching Pam and stuff. What else did I get? Oh, they had candles, like Michael's had candles for like 5 for $10 or something. So got those. I don't love all the scents, but they're pretty good. It was only their fall candles, otherwise I would have got some Christmas ones. But and then I got some more of the they had restocked some of their 28 count Lagana, the DMC, which are 20 by 24, which will be perfect for the Harry Potter designs. So anyway, I might do some cutting tonight. I have a couple of project bags I want to make for some friends for next weekend. Yeah, I should probably get on that. I keep thinking I have more time than I do, but because of the way work is going right now, it's just eating up a lot of my time. So maybe I'll cut out some fabric tonight now that I'm thinking about it. And then also the mug. The sewing part actually doesn't take too long. It's the cutting and measuring that, and like trying to figure out what sizes I want, that just seems to take so long. So I think I'm gonna do that tonight, cut some stuff out, and then maybe show you guys tomorrow, but maybe not, because I know some of my friends watch my channel. So anyway, that's all I have. I will see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Wednesday the 18th. It's about 9 o'clock at night, and I had a really busy day. I thought today was going to be easy, but my first parent didn't cancel, but forgot we were meeting. So went to the park and didn't have a whole lot to do. So then I had to go get lunch and then went to the library, and then I had a Zoom meeting online for like an hour and a half, and then I had to go to the library to meet with her. Got home, and then my husband wanted to, it's Happy National Cheeseburger Day, so Red Robin had burgers for like $5, so we went there, and now it's 9 o'clock. I stitched, don't even know if I think you'll be able to see it. Yeah, stitched that. That's all I've stitched today. I did get one bag almost entirely cut out last night. I'm only missing the vinyl piece, but I always wait to do that because it's on a giant like roll. So I always wait to do that until the end. But it's basically ready to assemble, pretty much. I was gonna cut out more tonight, but have to go to Camarillo tomorrow, which is about an hour away. Meet with 3 families. So far my meetings have all been pretty good, but I'm expecting tomorrow to be pretty busy, so. I also have to go to get some more planners from another teacher's house who lives in Camarillo. So I'm not expecting to be home until later. And I downloaded, so I don't have any idea what I'm talking about now. I don't have any Android devices, so I downloaded the Pattern Keeper app on my laptop using Memu, M-E-M-U, which basically turns your laptop into a tablet. So far it's working really well. I'm going to show it to you, just a little, like, because I don't have any symbols or anything up. The only thing is, you can use it on a laptop, but I can't figure out how to do it without the touchscreen, because my laptop does have a touchscreen, so not sure how that will work. But so far it's been working okay for me. I went ahead and did George Washington, which of course took forever to download. It didn't take forever, I was just impatient because I wanted to try it out, but I downloaded Hocus Pocus as well. That didn't take long at all. So I got to play around with it a little bit with Hocus Pocus, but I couldn't remember what I had actually stitched. That worked well as far as going straight into it, but since George is done a different way, all the symbol list is at the end of the pattern, it wasn't able to match the DMC numbers with the symbols. But it does give you an option to go in and type them in, so I did that. But I don't know how true the colors are on the list, and I'll show that to you. So, yeah, by the way, this is what I have to stitch in the 931 on George. I haven't highlighted everything I finished yet. I started on the top, but that's a lot, so it's gonna have to get done in chunks. And this is supposed to be 931, which is like a blue, but it's showing it as really gray, so like I said, I don't know how true that is. I know it's kind of hard to see because it's highlighted. As I literally just highlighted again, yeah. It actually looks bluer on camera than it does in real life. Because I had to do 932, look at that. Hardly any of it. But doing 931, yeah. That's a lot. And I think I'm currently right around the end of this set of pages right here. Can't really see that very well. Like right over here, so down there somewhere. So there's a lot of it that's done, but I am starting to get into that heavier dark not dark area, dense area. So I'm curious how well it works when I actually come to stitch it. What's nice about it being on the computer is it is with a mouse, so I can easily, it'll highlight everything that's searched for. So all that green is one symbol. And so you can literally like just go like this with the mouse and try to get everything, and it won't highlight any of the symbols that are not searched for. So that part's cool. It seems like a cool app. I might ask for, so they have cheap Kindles. I looked on Amazon. I found one for like $30, but it won't use the app either, I discovered. So I had like bought it and then I went and canceled it. But if you want a Kindle 7, $30 on Amazon right now. I think that might be just for Prime, but go for it. Yeah, so really I'm just super tired. Playing around with the app a little bit. Didn't end up cutting any more letters out because I cut the fabric for the bag, so I'm okay with that. Got a lot of that done last night. Tonight, I think I'm just going to relax, maybe highlight some more, something that's kind of brainless, and yeah, because for some reason, even though it's only 9 o'clock, I'm ready for bed. But I'm trying to get on a better sleep schedule, and 9 is a little bit too early for me to go to bed. I did do some reading last night, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna watch some Floss Tube and highlight the rest of the night. So that is all I have for you, and I will see you tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back. Today's Friday. It's 8:45 at night, and I haven't gotten a lot of stitching done. I'm still working on the homework, which means I've put in 800 stitches total since Sunday, which is not a lot. So I just finished the 4th task, which gave us Frankenstein's monster's coat. And I just have to do, the rest of the black is just his hair, his eyes, and there's a lamp that hangs down there. It's only 8:45, so I might finish it tonight, we'll see. I've got stitching tomorrow at the Thread Garden at a stitching meetup here in SoCal, and then I'm going to Sound of Music tomorrow night with my ex-teachers, and then Sunday I don't have anything planned, so we'll see how much I can get done. But I think Sunday is going to have to be a crafty day, not a stitchy day, but we'll see. I still have to make a project bag. I still have to dye the rest of the fabric for the retreat, because that's next weekend. And I still have to figure out what I'm taking. So yeah, I still have to completely like do one bag from scratch, and then the other one I just have to sew together, so we'll see. I was basically working today for about 9 hours, 10 hours nonstop. Yeah, about 8:30 in the morning till about 6:30. Yeah, end of the learning period. So I have more meetings Monday. Excuse me, but that should finish it out. Last night I didn't do any stitching at all. I basically just went to bed and read for a little while. And even though I'm getting a lot of sleep, I'm still exhausted, and I don't know why. Because I am getting, like last night I went to sleep at 10, got into bed at like 8:30, went to sleep at 10, woke up this morning at like 8. I shouldn't be tired, but I don't know what it is lately. Maybe because the weather's changing. I think my allergies might be starting to kick in, and that always makes me pretty tired, so could just be that, but yeah. So anyway, I'm going to try to stitch more tonight and try to get the rest of those other 200 stitches in on something I have learned, which is I've learned that I always think stuff is not going to take nearly as long as it does. And I've learned that a twill thread although it's not the worst of the metallics by far, still not my favorite. I think Petite Treasure Braid is still my favorite, but I mean, like I said, it's not horrible, but I don't know. I'm just not as in love with it as everybody else is. So yeah, I have no idea how long this video is going to be, like this whole series. I haven't even really thought about it. I'm sure it's going to be pretty long because it's been a while since I posted, but I apologize. Anyway, I might get this up tomorrow. I might get it up probably Sunday. And I'll see you all then. Bye. Hi everybody, good morning. It is Sunday the 22nd. It's almost 11 o'clock in the morning, and I got some stitching done yesterday. Today is going to be spent mostly on other crafts, making some project bags, and I'm gonna go out here probably in a minute when I'm done and dye some fabric, or dye the rest of the fabric for the retreat, which is in 4 days. So I worked on Aurora yesterday. I'm almost done. I finished up one of the extra credits and started another one. I'm almost done with this color. So you can see the checkerboarding is starting to happen down there. I think she's got a few more rows. I'm gonna definitely try to finish those rows today. I think I was there for about 4 hours. And so this get together happens at a stitchy shop that is near us. I made a couple of purchases. I figure it's not nice to go to a stitching shop and use their shop without buying some stuff, right? So I spent about 40 bucks. Don't tell my husband. She had a bunch of these cute needle minders on display. They're all wood, basically different leaf shapes in red, like a bright orange, which I almost got, and brown. Like not wood brown, but like brown stain. I don't think I'm gonna stitch this whole series, the hands-on design, but I do like the Let It Snow. No idea when I'm gonna start it, but it's all of 45 by 70 stitches and not solid, so I want to say it's not going to take me long, but let's face it, I'm terrible at judging. And then I got Rudolph. And Rudolph came with the embellishment pack. Well, not came with it, but it was cheaper to get the embellishment pack. You save like 10% if you got both. And it does have all of them on the back. So I think I've got, including Dasher, I have Rudolph, Dasher, the Sleigh, Blitzen. I think I have Prancer, but I don't know if I actually ordered Prancer yet, so. Yeah, so lots of golds, not nearly as many beads in this one, which is good. And most of the beads are the bigger ones, are the treasures, so. Well, that's all I did. We went to Sound of Music last night. It was fun, but it was really annoying because there was a couple of people that had laser pointers. They shined them on the screen the entire time. People were yelling in the audience for them to turn it off, and no. It wasn't terrible for the first. There was a couple of kids that had red ones, and I don't know if they were kids, they very well could have been adults. They were doing it the whole time, and there's somebody that brought like a really bright green one, and he only turned it on, or she, when like Rolf or a Nazi was on screen, and it was basically like boo. So that was funny for the first like half of it, and then it got super old. and it was the full movie. So we didn't get home last night until about 12:30. So I'm really tired this morning. I've had my coffee, and the rest of the day is going to be just, I'm going to focus on undying the fabric and making the 2 project bags I need to do. So, that being said, hopefully I can get those done soon. I'm going to try to stitch on Aurora. I might post this video. I'm going to see how long it is. It's probably, I'm sure, long enough, but I kind of want to wait until... I might just do a super long video and wait until I leave for the retreat and make that my last vlog, because I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of filming while at the retreat. I might do like a snippet or 2, but yeah, I think I'm going to wait until Wednesday. So I will see you. I'll just try to keep the rest from short. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Monday. I don't even know. Couldn't tell you. 23rd. It's my sister's birthday today. Probably should have known that. I even wished her happy birthday this morning, but it's also first day of fall, so happy fall, everybody. And it is almost 6 o'clock. I just got home from my meetings today. I had a big gap between my second and third ones, which was like 4 hours. So I went to a little plaza that had Barnes & Noble, Michael's, and Urbane Cafe, which is a restaurant that I love that my husband hates. So I was good for 3 hours. I didn't need anything at Michael's, she says, as she looks at her giant pile of stuff that she got at Michael's. Not really, actually, it's only 3 things, but I wasn't planning on spending any money today. But our Barnes & Noble isn't close, and neither is our Michael's, so went to Barnes & Noble first. Well, got lunch first, but got the fairest of them all and Poor Unfortunate Souls for the Magical Stitches next year. These are 2 of the books in a series. We're reading 2 series this year. Crap. Huh. That really threw me off. They had a print error. Okay, well, good, but they had a print error. I happened to just look underneath the thing and I saw this was different. So I just opened it up because I was like, huh, I wonder if the cover's different. And I looked at it and I was thinking that it was, for some reason I was thinking it was Mother Gothel. And I was like, crap, they gave me the wrong, like somebody just took the wrong cover and put it on there. Looked inside, saw it was Poor Unfortunate Soul, and then realized, oh yeah, that's Vanessa. So who she turns into. That's cool. Yeah, freaked me out for a second. And so then, yeah, those are cool. Now I'm curious what the other ones look like. Is Mother Gothel going to turn into a pile of dust on the inside? Because that would be freaking amazing. Anyway, so those are the first 2. We are actually going to read 2 books at the same time, 2 of these books of the same kind, or at the same time, but they didn't have the other one. So this is February and April, I believe, and so April will have 2 of these books. The other series we're reading is Kingdom Keepers, which they had, but since it was in the kids section, the books were not great quality, and I was trying to actually curb my spending a little bit. So I looked on Kindle, and the first book on Kindle is actually free, so. Oh well, it's free for if you have Kindle Unlimited, so. And the rest are still like $2 or $3 cheaper. So I'm going to do these in print because they're prettier, and then the other ones in Kindle. We're actually starting with the Kindle ones, the Kingdom Keepers, but that's okay. Then I also got, we have to read a book from an author whose initials are RS or SR. So I got Sarah Rush, Raish. Never read anything of hers, but I liked the cover and it sounds interesting. It's called These Rebel Waves. So it says, Adeluna is a soldier. 5 years ago, she helped the magic-rich island of Grace Laray overthrow its oppressor Airgrid, a country ruled by religion. But adjusting to post-war life has not been easy. When an Argridian delegate vanishes during peace talks with Grace Laray's new council, Airgrid demands brutal justice, but Lou suspects something dangerous is at work. Devereaux is a pirate. As one of the stream raiders who run rampant on Grace Laray, he scavenges the island's magic plants and sells them on the black market. But after Airgrid accuses raiders of the diplomat's abduction, Bex becomes a target. An expert navigator, he agrees to help Lou find the missing Argridian, but the truth they uncover could be deadlier than ever. The Banat is a heretic. The crown prince of Argrid, he harbors a secret obsession with Grace Laray's forbidden magic. When Ben's father, the king, gives him the shocking task of reversing Argrid's fear of magic, Ben has to decide if one prince can change a devout country or if he's building his own pyre. As conspiracies arise, Lou, Vex, and Ben will have to decide who they really are and what they are willing to become for peace. So, sounded interesting. This was in the young adult section. And the last book I got is a new release. It is Unsolved Enigmas. And I got it purely because it was only $10 and because it looked very interesting. So it's got lots of pictures. And it's basically like unsolved. They did have an Unsolved Mysteries, but I liked this one better and I didn't want to buy both. So the enigma is, were the lost cosmonauts sacrificed for the space race? So then it talks about what the enigma is, and then gives you some conspiracy, or not conspiracy theories, but I guess alternative theories. Since we don't really know what happened, they give like the most well-known theory or answer, and then other possibilities. So like Bimini Road. I think I saw Marfa lights in here. The students on the Dyatlov Pass. So these might be good for Stitch With Me's. I don't know. I just thought they were interesting, so I went ahead and bought it. Did William Shakespeare write his own plays? I don't know. And I bet I've probably heard of most of these. So I'll be curious to read through them. I think there were like one or two new ones when I was glancing through it, but... So went there first, then went to Michael's. I promise I have stitching to show you, as well as things you haven't seen in a while. So also got this awesome Halloween picture. I had seen this at the Michael's near me, and I had wanted it at the time, but just didn't end up getting it. It was a little expensive, so now I have it. It is...
Be careful. Come closer and I will tell you the future. I know what you're thinking. I see everything. I can see your past, your future.
So that's cool. And you can do it just with the lights too. You don't need all the sound and stuff, so... So it just has her eyes blinking, and I guess it does the whole thing. Okay, cool. I had to rip through the canvas, or the plastic for that, so, whoops. I tried turning it off. cat's freaked out right now. Let's see. So then I dyed more fabric for the retreat. And so what I did was I re-dyed the fabric that I had, that like didn't take the dye at all, and I washed it. It turned out a tiny bit better and accepted the dye a little bit more, but yeah, it for some reason, I don't know what it is about this fabric, but so like this one, which don't even know if it's showing up. So it's like a very light pink. This was deep, deep wine. This was a very concentrated wine dye that I put this in, like the actual color, not wine itself. I think you can see it like that, like right there, that like really light pink. And the blue that I just showed you was a super dark concentrated blue. So I don't know what is wrong with this particular set of fabric, but that's gonna have to work. And they're basically all pinks and blues. And they're pretty solid. Like, even though I mix colors, they just didn't mix. I don't know. It's really weird. But, so. Got 12 more pieces. No. 16 more pieces. Then, so that was all Sunday. Yeah. Did some stitching. I finished up that color on Aurora. And then started the purple down here on the side. There is a point where we lose this color, or this strip of fabric, because these two end up meeting, which I think is down here. But so then after this, I'm gonna hit this side of it. And then I think I'm going to go back to the middle again. And I didn't stitch this yesterday, but I don't think I showed it to you guys yet. I did do some more on Universal Monsters. So I think last time Frank wasn't there, and neither was the gray or the black. I think you just had this light gray color, so he's starting to get a face going. This week I decided that I'm going to, so the homework is Quidditch, and we have to stitch on a project that is the Seeker, which is something that we had to buy right away or something like that. Somebody used Universal Monsters for that because I basically had to buy it as soon as I heard it was a thing. And then break my new starts rule to start it. Then we have to stitch on something for chasers because they are female chasers. I think that's chasers, yeah. We have to stitch on a woman, so obviously Aurora's going to get some more love. We have to stitch on something that starts with a B. So I'm going to use Celtic Wolf by Bridget Ashwood, which you guys have seen that. That's one of my Hades I have going on. I could have done Boo Butterfly as well, but I'm kind of feeling some Hade time. Then we have to do, and so that's B for beaters and bludgers, because those are all the same thing. Or, not the same thing, but in the same position. Then we have to do, what do I have left? Chaser. I know Keeper's the last one, but I forget how Keeper comes into play. There's one more. Let's look it up, shall we? Nope, it's not in there. And actually I have to see it before I actually remember. Events and Quidditch tryouts. We have to, oh yeah, duh. We have to stitch something with rings in the design. So something that creates like an open O. So I'm going to use Sparkling Peacock because there are, and they're actually gold, the rings in the peacock tail that make up the eye. So I'm going to use that, and then whatever we want to do first is going to be 500 stitches, then 400 stitches, and then the third and fourth are 200 stitches each, which I'm glad I just read because I would have assumed it would have been 500, 400, 300, and 200. But so I need to figure out what I want to do for those. I'm thinking Aurora is probably going to be first place, or the one I want the most. And then, even though that's the job I'd probably like least, I'd probably be a beater. And then use Universal Monsters for the second one. Then the bonus for this one is we have to put in 200 stitches on a project that somebody else is stitching as well. And we have to like name their name and what was the last thing? Oh, and then we have to say how the projects are like. So Vicky, who runs the groups, is stitching George Washington, and they don't have to you don't both have to stitch the same bonus piece. They just have to be working on it. So that's really easy since I knew she was working on it. I'm just going to work on George, which means that these are 5 projects that I'm going to be having to take to the retreat, 2 of which are fairly large. So I might try to stitch Celtic Wolf. And I mean, I have next week too, but I'm going to try not to do next week. No. Yeah, no, never mind. It's this week. So I'm going to try to stitch those now, so I don't have to worry about trying to get them done by Sunday. Especially the Haid, because that one's just harder to keep track of, although I get to play around with Pattern Keeper again, so that'll be fun. Finally, I did take part in, I think it's Diane too, the Bendy Stitchies Finish It Up weekend, or FFO weekend, or whatever it is. Forgot about it until last minute when I was watching Christine Stitch All the Things video. So I finished up, this is Emmy, I think. Emmy. She's got her bow and arrow. And then I used the sparkly background on it. These seriously only took me like an hour. These, because yeah, I did another one. And Luna. So these ones that I had mentioned, I kept thinking I had done, and I didn't see them. That is totally not centered. Oh well. The sides are okay as the top and bottom. I'd rather have more room at the bottom actually so I can put stuff underneath. So these are the 2 that I said that I thought I had finished, because I thought I had finished more than the 2 that I already had done. But I didn't see them done, and it's because, yeah, I never actually fully finished them, so that was easy. Got it done. I'm realizing there's a pucker over here I'm going to have to fix. But it's basically put onto mat board. Yeah, there's a couple things on here I have to fix. Did a little bit too fast probably, but that's okay. Stuff you wouldn't be able to see on here and nobody else would notice, but you know, we're always critical of our own work. But yeah, they turned out really good. I'm going to do all of them the same way. So I used her as my template because I had framed her or finished her up last year I think. I forget what I had used as the backing or as the board. I used foam core for the other ones, but I don't remember what, because this one feels thinner. In fact, it is thinner. But I couldn't figure out where it was in my pile of finishing stuff, so I just used some foam core because I had it. It's not going to make a big difference anyway, so. But so these ones are on foam core with fabric wrapped around a canvas. So this is just like a artist canvas that I bought. I had the fabric to wrap around it, and I just, as you can see, I just stapled the fabric on. Then place this on a foam core. There's nothing on the front, but then the back of it has the tacky glue to hold the fabric onto the foam core because I'm too lazy to lace. At least for this, I'm too lazy to lace. And actually that'll work because like this puckering here is going to bug me, so I'm going to have to glue that into place. And then glued the whole thing to the canvas. And then I basically sat it upside down and then put books on here to make sure it held. And did a pretty good job. I didn't do a good job. Although, I'm not gonna lie, I did a pretty good job. But I meant the glue, or the books did a good job of making it hold. So, that is all I have for you. Tonight, I might work on Celtic Wolf. I'm gonna go make some guacamole because my husband was texting me asking if I would. And that's probably gonna be my dinner, honestly. Since I was out, I had lunch and breakfast, which I don't usually have both, so I'm not very hungry. And then he's got leftover pasta from last night, so I don't know why pasta and guac seems like a good combo to him, but whatever. Alright, I will see you guys all tomorrow. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back. It is Tuesday the 24th. It's about 6:30. I had a pretty good day at work today. My meetings yesterday went really well. I don't think I came to you guys yesterday. I don't remember, but the meeting I was worried about actually was my best one so far. So, I didn't do any stitching last night. I basically just read and finished up one of my extra credit books. But I did do some stitching tonight. I got another extra credit stitching done. Finished up, if I can hold it right, finished up this purple bit right here. And there's really not a whole lot in this purple, so I think it goes down to like here, but it's all skinny. And then once I finish that, I am going to go down here and continue working on this middle section because my next one up is going to be Stitch in Pink. Well, after the purple. The purple I have first is Stitch... Oh, something that reminds me of a Pygmy Puff. So, since she's all pinks and purples. Those are Pygmy Puff colors. My retreat is the day after tomorrow. What do I have packed for it? Nothing. I even need to do laundry, so I might do that tonight. I'm planning on taking the 5 projects I need for homework, plus 1 or 2 possible starts. If I do a start, it will be Harry Potter, the movie poster for Sorcerer's Stone. And possibly I don't remember the name of them. I want to say they're hands-on design, but I could be totally wrong. The monthly charts. January has like the little snowman with the cute scarf. And I've shown you guys them before. So I might start those, but we'll see. I thought about bringing one of the Bewitching Pixies to start, but I'm actually not in a super starty mood, so we'll see. I emailed the pattern maker developer for the app, and she said that it's not coming out on iOS for probably about a year at least, which is fine. But so now I want to get a tablet for that. I already had it in my cart when it was $30, the Fire 7. My husband said take it out of the cart. I'd actually already bought it and then had to cancel the order and wait for the iOS. This was a while ago. So I told him today it's not coming out for another year. I'm not waiting that long. Went to buy the tablet. It's now $50. Yeah. Excuse me. So, but he doesn't want me to get the Fire anyway. That's the problem with having a tech guy for a husband. He just wants me to not get a cheap one just because it's cheap in case I use it for something other than stitching, but I don't know if he realizes I don't have a life, and so I can't really think of anything else I would use it for other than to download movies to when we go on vacation and stuff. So I may have to talk to him and just say, I don't need a $300 tablet. I still have my iPad. My iPad works just fine. So I don't see why this is an issue. So I'm going to talk to him more about it tonight. I don't know why he's so against fires. I don't know. Husbands are weird. Anyway, so because my retreat is the day after tomorrow, I do have a full day tomorrow. So that means I'm going to have to do all my packing and stuff after work. And then basically I'm leaving first thing in the morning on Thursday. I think I have to leave at 10 to get to, we go to a place called Tom's Farms, which is where we kind of get together and have some lunch, pick up some things for the retreat, like, you know, wine and snacks and stuff like that. I went last year, which was my first year going, and that was fun, so did that, or going to do that. And then I'm going to have to work a little bit at the retreat, so we'll see. But yeah, so this is the last I'm going to film today, and I'm going to try to upload this either tonight or tomorrow. So thank you for liking and subscribing, and I will see you all next time. Bye.